Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. Chapter 7. Unexpected. The line of black advanced on me through the shroud-like mist. I could see their dark ruby eyes glinting with desire, lusting for the kill. Their lips pulled back over their sharp wet teeth, some to snarl, some to smile. I heard the child behind me whimper, but I couldn't turn to look at him. Though I was desperate to be sure that he was safe, I couldn't afford any lapse in focus right now. They ghosted closer, their black rays billowing slightly with the movement. I saw their hands curl into bone-coloured claws. They started to drift apart, angling to come at us from all sides. We were surrounded. We were going to die. Then, like a burst of light from a flash, the whole scene was different, yet nothing changed. The Volturi still stalked towards us, poised to kill. All that was really changed was how the picture looked to me. Suddenly I was hungry for it. I wanted them to charge. The panic changed to bloodlust as I crouched forward, a smile on my face, and a growl ripped through my bared teeth. I jolted upright, shocked out of the dream. The room was black. It was also steamy hot. Sweat matted my hair at the temples and rolled down my throat. I groped at the warm sheets and found them empty. Edward? Just then my fingers encountered something smooth, flat and stiff. One sheet of paper folded in half. I took the note with me and felt my way across the room to the light switch. The outside of the note was addressed to Mrs. Cullum. I hope you won't wake and notice my absence, but if you should, I'll be back very soon. I've just gone to the mainland to hunt. Go out to sleep, and I'll be here when you wake again. I love you. I sighed. We've been here about 2 weeks now, so I should have been expecting that he would have to leave, but I hadn't been thinking about time. We seem to exist out of time here. Just drifting along in a perfect state. I wiped the sweat off my forehead. I felt absolutely wide awake, so the clock on the dresser said it was after 1. I knew I would never be able to sleep as hot as sticky as I felt, not to mention the fact that I shut off the lights and closed my eyes. I was sure to see those prowling black figures in my head. I got up and wandered aimlessly through the dark house, flipping on lights. It felt so big and empty without Edward there. Different. I ended up in the kitchen, so that maybe comfort food was what I needed. I poked around in the fridge until I found all the right ingredients for fried chicken. The popping and the sizzling of chicken in the pan was a nice homey sound. I felt less nervous while it filled up the silence. It smelled so good that I started eating it right out of the pan, burning my tongue in the process. By about the 5th or 6th bite, though, it had cooled enough for me to taste it. My chewing slowed. Was there something off about the flavour? I checked the meat, and it was white all the way through, but I wondered if it was completely done. I took another experimental bite and chewed twice. Ugh, definitely bad. I jumped up to spit it into the sink. Suddenly the chicken and oil smell was revolting. I took the whole plate and shook it into the garbage, and opened the window to chase away the scent. A ghoulish breeze had picked up outside. It felt good on my skin. I was abruptly exhausted, but I didn't want to go back to the hot room, so I opened multiple windows in the TV room and lay on the couch beneath them. I turned on the same movie we watched the other day and quickly fell asleep to the bright opening song. When I opened my eyes again, the sun was halfway up the sky, but it was not the light that woke me. Cool arms were around me, pulling me against him. At the same time, a sudden pain twisted in my stomach, almost like the aftershock of a punch in the gut. I'm sorry, Ed was murmuring as he wiped a wintry hand across my clammy forehead. So much for thoroughness. I didn't think about how you would be with me gone. I'll have an air conditioner installed before I leave again. I didn't concentrate on what you were saying. Excuse me, I gasped, struggling to get free of his arms. He dropped his hold automatically. Bella? I streaked for the bathroom, my hand clamped over my mouth. I felt so horrible I didn't even care, at first, that he was with me when I crouched on the toilet and was violently sick. Bella? What's wrong? I couldn't answer yet. He held me anxiously, kicking my hair at my face, waiting till I could breathe again. Damn rancid chicken, I moaned. Are you alright? His voice was strained. Fine, I panted. It's just food poisoning. You don't need to see this. Go away. Not likely, Bella. Go away, I moaned again, and struggling to get up so I could rinse my mouth out. He helped me gently, ignoring the weak shoves I aimed at him. After my ass was clean, he carried me to the bed and set me down carefully, supporting me with his arms. Food poisoning? Yeah, I croaked. I ate some chicken last night. It tasted off, so I threw it out, but I ate a few bites first. He put a cold hand on my forehead. It felt nice. How do you feel now? I thought about that for a moment. The nausea had passed as suddenly as it had come, and I felt like I did any other morning. Pretty normal. A little hungry, actually. He made me wait an hour and keep down a big glass of water before he fried me some eggs. I felt perfectly normal, just a little tired from being up in the middle of the night. He put on CNN. We'd been so out of touch, World War III could have broken out and we wouldn't have known, and I lounged drowsily across his lap. I got bored of the news and twisted around to kiss him. Just like this morning, a sharp pain hit my stomach when I moved. I lurched away from him, my hand tight over my mouth. I never make it to the bathroom this time, so I ran to the kitchen sink. He held my hair again. Maybe you should go up to Rio, see a doctor, he suggested anxiously when I was rinsing my mouth afterwards. I shook my head and edged towards the hallway. Doctors meant needles. I'll be fine right after I brush my teeth. When my mouth tasted better, I searched through my suitcase for the first aid kit Alice had packed for me, full of human things like bandages and painkillers, and my object now, Pepto-Bismol. My work had set in my stomach and calmed Edward down. Before I found the Pepto, I happened to cross something else that Alice had packed for me. I picked up the small blue box and stared it in my hand for a long moment, forgetting everything else. Then I started counting in my head. Once, twice, again. The knock startled me. The little box fell back into the suitcase. "Are you well?" Edward asked through the door. "Did you get sick again?" "Yes and no," I said, but my voice sounded strangled. "Bella, can I come in?" Worriedly now. "Okay." He came in and I praised my position, sitting cross-legged on the floor by the suitcase, and my expression blank and staring. He sat next to me, his hand going to my forehead at once. "What's wrong?" "How many days has it been since the wedding?" I whispered. 17, he answered automatically. "Bella, what is it?" I was counting again. I held up a finger, cautioning him to wait, and mouthed the numbers to myself. "I've been wrong a lot of days before. You've been here longer than I thought." I started over again. "Bella," he whispered urgently, "I'm losing my mind over here." I tried to swallow. It didn't work. So I reached into the suitcase and fumbled around until I found the little blue box of tampons again. I held them up silently. He stared at me in confusion. "What? Are you trying to pass this illness off as PMS?" "No," I managed to choke out. "No, Edward. I'm trying to tell you that my period is 5 days late." His facial expression didn't change. It was like I hadn't spoken. "I don't think I have food poisoning," I added. He didn't respond. He turned into a sculptor. "The dreams," mumbled myself in a flat voice. "Sleeping so much, the crying, all that food. Oh, oh, oh!" Edward's stare seemed glassy, as if he couldn't see me any more. Reflexively, almost involuntarily, my hand dropped to my stomach. "Oh!" I squeaked again. I lurched to my feet, slipping out of Edward's unmoving hands. I never changed up the little silk shorts and camisole I'd worn to bed. I yanked the blue fabric out of the way and stared at my stomach. "Impossible," I whispered. I'd absolutely no experience of pregnancy or babies or any part of that world. But I wasn't an idiot. I'd seen enough movies and TV shows to know that this wasn't how it worked. If I was only 5 days late, if I was pregnant, my body wouldn't even registered that fact. I would not have had morning sickness. I would not have changed my eating or sleeping habits. And I most definitely would not have a small but defined bump sticking out between my hips.